2025 is going to be an absolutely delicious, outstanding, magnificent, beautiful, sexy year for the Jordan 5. It is the 35th year anniversary of the Jordan 5, and we're going to see the black metallic reimagined, the Jordan 5 Fire Red, Jordan 5 Grape. I can't remember if there's another heavy hitter that's coming out. I'm pretty sure there is, but it is going to be exciting. It is my favorite sneaker ever. And to start the year off, we're going to get a colorway that is inspired by Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and it's kicking things off for the year. Air Jordan 5 Golden Ticket, aka Earth. Now the shoe is dropping on January 22nd for $200 in the United States, and this is a woman's exclusive. Now for the longest time, this shoe was just referred to as the Jordan 5 Earth without really knowing kind of the inspiration behind the colorway. Very recently on Sneakers, they actually uploaded and updated the description to be the Golden Ticket. This colorway is inspired by Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Do know this gold is referencing the Golden Ticket, and the brown is inspired by like the color of chocolate. And first impressions of the Air Jordan 5 Golden Ticket. I don't generally love gold on sneakers, especially when it's in kind of prominent amounts, like the whole tongue is gold. It's just not really my thing. I don't mind it where it's like some accents here and there. Sometimes I can really like it, like on the Kobe 4 Pro Tro Olympic, but that is probably, you know, my bias towards Kobe Bryant. But in general, in a vacuum, I don't love gold too much on sneakers. So yeah, I love the Jordan 5. It is my favorite sneaker, but overall this colorway, even though it's still pretty clean, like a sail off-white Jordan 5, can't really go too wrong. But I can see a lot of people really liking this shoe. So the colorway and the choices do make sense. Originally when it was just called like the Jordan 5 Earth, didn't really know why they had to use gold. The brown kind of makes sense, a very earthy tone and color. But yeah, the gold, that was just kind of random, but now it kind of all makes sense. In the upper of the shoe, it is completely leather, and the color of this leather, it is not completely white, not like pearly white. Not quite sure if you can see it very clearly in the video, but it does have this kind of sail off-white shade to it. And just kind of illustrate the difference, I will put it up against another all white, actual white shoe, but you can quite clearly see it. But in terms of the quality of the leather, it is actually decently thick. So you can see the leather, it is not like super thin. It is decently soft as well. There is that kind of polyurethane coating that comes with a lot of Jordan brand shoes. It's not like super premium or anything, but overall it is actually pretty decent leather. And then on the netting that you find on the medial and lateral side of the shoe, as well as going up the tongue, that comes in like a creamish type color. Now, if you don't like that cream color, that netting over time, when it ages, it can turn yellow anyway. So I guess they kind of pre-creamed the netting of the shoe. And then right at the heel, you'll see 23 that is stitched. Now, not all Jordan 5s have that 23. They pick and choose which one to give that 23 treatment to. Not all OG colorways of the Jordan 5 had the 23 as well. Off the top of my head, I believe it was just the Fire Red that had the 23 on the heel. And then moving up the tongue, of course, you get the Jordan 5 lace lock. My least favorite thing about the Jordan 5 is that lace lock. Every time I actually wear the shoe out, I take this lace lock off. But it is there. It is the first time Jordan Brand experimented with a lace lock. I do not like that they had to experiment with it on my favorite sneaker ever, but they did. And the Jumpman on the lace lock, it is a white Jumpman. And then the tongue itself, very shiny. You definitely cannot miss it. This is the biggest resemblance to the Olympic 5s that you're going to get on the shoe. It is this very gold tongue. And the tongue does feel like a 3M tongue, just like with a gold layer over it. It does feel kind of stiff. There are some Jordan 5s where they don't have the 3M tongue, like the Oreos that has a very soft tongue. But this one, yeah, kind of stiff. It's not so stiff where like it can dig into your ankles, but I do wear like socks that are kind of above the tongue, so I won't feel it anyway. But the Jordan 5 Low Clot, that tongue was so stiff, even with socks. Yeah, it was like cutting up my ankles. Now the Air Jordan tag inside the tongue, it is actually upside down. Not all Jordan 5s get that treatment. And if you didn't know, the Jordan 5, again designed by legendary designer Tig Garfield, was inspired by a Mustang fighter jet. So you see this very aggressive shape. That's my favorite thing about the silhouette. It's just so angry. Just so angry. I love it. And the shark teeth that you see on the midsole here, I love that too. Sometimes you'll see like speckles on the shark teeth. This one, there's no speckles there. It's just a flat plain color. But yeah, this gold here, I don't actually mind. It's not too prominent. Doesn't like overpower the colors on this part of the shoe. Not like the tongue where it's just so prominent and so bold. So yeah, the gold shark teeth, I don't mind too much. And for $200, no, you do not deserve extra laces. You just get these white or off-white sail type laces out of the box. If I could choose another color, probably brown, just to match the rest of the colors. But even then, I'd probably still stick to the colors out of the box. And the Jordan 5 does come with a polyurethane midsole with a Nike Air unit on the heel, as well as one on the forefoot. Visible one on the heel, of course. And the Jordan 5 was also the first Jordan brand shoe to experiment with a translucent outsole. So you can see this kind of translucent outsole here, again in this creamy type of yellow color. I just don't like that. I really wish they just went with like white or like icy blue outsole. I don't like it. Especially with the brown, it's almost like, what are you trying to do? You're gonna try and make it seem like someone stepped on poo and pee at the same time? I don't like it. What I do really like though is how the Jumpman kind of pokes through, and then on the cutout over here, you'll see Jordan branding here, not Nike branding, of course. Again, just like the Jumpman on the back of the shoe, not an OG colorway, so expect Jordan branding. Some special collaborations still get Nike Air, even though it is not an OG colorway, like Ama Maner, the DJ Khaled We The Best from 2 years ago, that also got that treatment. This one, it does not. It's not special enough. And the insole of the shoe, it is a brown chocolate inspired insole, earth brown, Jumpman branding, and the quality is just not sweet at all. The box of the shoe, just the Jumpman Jordan 5 box, nothing much to it. Now moving on to sizing and comfort, I am a wide and flat footer. For Jordan 5s, I stick true to size. And I do find for my wide and fat feet, Jordan 5s are just the most comfortable Jordan brand shoe, especially from like Jordan 1 to 14. I just love how it like hugs my feet, kind of wraps around my feet. Under the feet, like cushioning wise, it's not that great. It's just a polyurethane midsole, even though that is lighter and more responsive than like a rubber cup sole. But it's just like very ancient technology, 2 Nike Air units. You don't feel like super plush, not like super bouncy, like the recent Travis Scott Field Jacks that uses that full Zoom Air cushioning wrapped around in a rubber caging. That was really, really nice cushioning under your feet. This one, it's just very old. You definitely feel the age, but I just love how it like hugs my feet. Everyone's foot shape is different, so I do really recommend, if you can, pick up a pair of like general release Jordan 5s from Nike.com. Try it on, go to stores. You should find a Jordan 5, no problem. They don't sell out very quickly, especially a random general release. Try it on for yourself. It is still a pretty heavy shoe. It did come out in 1990, where like technology wasn't so advanced, where they didn't experiment with different types of materials, more advanced materials to cut down the weight. So you definitely feel the bulk of the shoe. But yeah, for my wide and fat feet, it fits pretty much perfectly, like a glove. And that brings the total sole score of the Jordan 5 Golden Ticket to 29 out of 40. Pretty average score compared to other general releases. Now first it is colorway. I like the Jordan 5 so much that you really gotta screw a colorway up for me to give it anything less than like a 5 out of 10. And I don't think they really screwed it up. This is kind of like personal preference with so much gold on a shoe. It's just not my thing. So I don't love the colorway, but I can see a lot of people really liking it. A sail upper, I know a lot of people are gonna like. I do prefer if it was an all white upper, but it still feels kind of white under a certain lighting. The creamy netting, I don't love, prefer white again, but that yellows over time anyway. So not a huge deal. So yeah, overall, my love for Jordan 5s brings this colorway to a 6 out of 10, but objectively, it's a very clean colorway. Now, in terms of the materials, actually decent leather on this shoe, not like super soft and flimsy. Does feel nice to the touch. Does have that coating, that polyurethane coating over it though. Not like the most premium type of special project or like Ama Maner type of Jordan 5 material that you can expect. But yeah, it's decent. In terms of the comfort of the shoe, for retro Jordans, it's probably my favorite in terms of comfort. Just fits my feet really well. Cushioning, it's still very old. You can definitely feel the age, but just the way it kind of hugs your feet. I just really like how it feels. A lot of padding around the ankles as well. There's not much dead space in the toe box area. Overall, just a very comfortable shoe, but if you're looking for something super like plush, bouncy, responsive, probably don't want to go with such an old shoe. Now, in terms of the versatility of the Jordan 5 Golden Ticket, I think this is still maybe a bit too bulky or a bit too old school and retro for a lot of people. It has kind of crossed over into the mainstream where kind of non-sneakerheads may wear the shoe like casually, people that don't even know about Michael Jordan, about his history, but compared to like the 1s, 3s, 4s, not as versatile. But in terms of the wearability of the colorway, I think there's nothing wrong with the earth brown and the sail upper, very wearable colors. And as I get older, I do kind of appreciate brown more and more on sneakers. But this gold is just like this gold traffic light just kind of screaming in your eyes at all times. I'm just not a huge fan of this very reflective, bright, prominent gold on the tongues. So I think objectively, wearability of the colorway, it's not like a 10 out of 10, but it's not bad. It's not bad. Now, this is the first Jordan 5 to release this year. What seems to be a very, very exciting 2025 for Nike and Jordan Brand. I can't wait. Is this the most exciting Jordan 5 for me, a Jordan 5 fan and fanatic? Probably not. I can think of a lot of other colorways I prefer over this one. And objectively, I can see a lot of people really liking this colorway. Might not be for me, but it's still very decent. That's it. Thanks for watching. Sole and Klein. Let me know what you think of the Air Jordan 5 golden ticket. Like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. And remember, tomorrow may never come, so wear your shoes.